What's up, YouTube? This is James coming back at you with another informative video. I hope you guys are doing well out there on this beautiful Monday. Doing real good myself. Well, I got some news about the president of this so-called country. Okay, very, very busy, annoying president. Okay, I mean, if he's not doing things like, which is in the news now, that he's sending like $200 million over to Ukraine, for economical help or whatever. Could be even 200 billion. I don't know. So much for reparations for our people, right? um, if he's not doing things like that, he's got plans in his infrastructure bill. By 2026, he wants to install kill switches on new cars, brand new cars. That way they can pretty much monitor how you driving and whatever you're doing in the privacy of your so-called own car. All right, or how you driving. They want it to where they can just flip a switch and your shit is cut off. Okay, so I won't recommend buying any vehicles, you know what I mean, from now on up until then. That's probably why they got this chip shortage, if you guys are aware of that. But in this particular situation right here, what he is doing, the president here, is taking us into what is said to what's to come of the world, a cashless society. Okay? Says here, Biden issues executive order to explore cryptocurrency like digital dollars. Okay? So we finna see what that stuff is all about. But some tells me, unless you got that mark, you ain't gonna be able to sell, buy, sell, or trade anyway, with crypto or Bitcoin or whatever it is, So let's get into this article. It says here, President Biden signed an executive order on Wednesday to explore establishing a U.S. central bank digital currency, CBDC, also known as a U.S. digital dollar, akin to a currency. One key difference between the digital dollar and cryptocurrency is that the former would be subject to some regulations by central banks. So, for instance, the Federal Reserve could issue some monetary policy around insurance rates, address any inflations, concerns, and more. Senior Biden administration officials told reporters that already there are more than 100 countries. More than 100 countries that are looking into issuing their own centralized digital currency. So this is the new war, NWO, New World Order, thing that's coming. That's just all this boils down to. Goes on to say here, by 6 a.m. Eastern time, when the announcement of the order was official, Bitcoin had risen by over 9.5% over the previous day, according to Coinbase. Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen said in a statement that the order supports an approach that will support responsible innovations that could result in substantial benefits for the for the nation consumers and businesses. Well, these things right here, they can't be stopped because they were prophesized in the world that this stuff was going to happen. Okay. Now to continue here, she said that it would also addresses risk related to illicit finance, protecting consumers and investors, and preventing threats to the financial system and broader economy. Several agencies of the federal government have already begun researching the introduction of a U.S. digital dollar. But senior Biden administration officials stress that this is the first time the federal government has taken a holistic approach to assessing the possibility of a centralized digital currency, connecting both government, banking, institutions with departments and agencies focused on security considerations to mitigate risk. Okay, so yeah, they finna kick this off. It's finna be a cashless society, y'all. So this is something that we're gonna have to get ready for. We're gonna have to learn how to barter. Start working together. You know, for survival. That's basically what this all boils down to. That is, if you're not going to, take that mark. All right, if you're not going to take the mark, this is what it is. And as far as I'm concerned, I believe a lot of that has already been implemented. Now they're working on this digital currency. So that's just what it is. Now to continue, the digital currency announcement comes on the heels of a series of harsh sanctions the U.S. and its allies have been imposing on Russia as a result of its invasion of Ukraine. But senior administration officials say the timing of the executive order is unrelated. They say that the use of cryptocurrency isn't supplying Russia with a viable workaround, to dodge the battery of sanctions the Russian economy is facing. The new executive order also directs the Treasury to develop policy recommendations taking into account what kind of impact a digital dollar would have on the U.S. economy. Other agencies are tasked with considering privacy security and potential negative climate impacts, given the enormous amount of electric power required to validate many types of cryptocurrency transactions. Okay, electric. That's another thing I believe they're going to do. They're going to force us to go electric. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about with our vehicles. I do believe that. Now here in conclusion, it says, for instance, every Bitcoin transaction activates thousands of supercomputing mining machines, all competing against each other to solve complex mathematical problems, each vying to the first to validate the transaction and to earn some Bitcoin. And in return earn some Bitcoin. The Natural Reserve Defense Council notes that a single Bitcoin, currently worth around 42,000, has the same carbon footprint as of 330,000 credit card transactions. Okay, well that's amazing, but I always heard about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. I never understood it, to be honest with you. And I heard a lot of people has been very lucrative in participating in playing Bitcoin or cryptocurrency. But when it comes down to actually taking the MOTB, I don't think I'll be playing this. That's just what it is. Like I said, we're gonna have to come together, people. We're gonna have to go back to the old ways of bartering, trading, in order to survive what's to come, to say the least. Okay, y'all tell me what y'all think about this particular story right here. I'm interested in hearing your thoughts, views, and opinions on it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. People, please remember to live your life as though we are being watched. Simply because we are. This is James, and I'm out. Peace.